beyond seek.
Ahoy. Watch me work. God, that were a beaut.
Yeah? Love will be on seek.
Yes? Lavaroo beyond seek.
How may I help? Arctic worth and rock.
Be blowing a man down.
Hmm?
I'll handle this. What for? Aye. I'll be more than half handy, aye? Captain, aye, aye.
Well, that's not nice. All done. Hey. Sure.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
can't be
Did
who
you
I
catch
think
the
it
new
is.
play by the Peg Leg Performers yet? It's awful.
The Green Menace? That I did. Made me
Damn
want
me
to
for a
poke out
buttered
my
slice of
eyes.
hardtack. It's you, ain't it? Angry by the thumbs. At your service, he says. I'll keep it quick, see? If your little dinghy has got some chase in it, I've got a list of captains with a black mark to their name whose ships need a quick scuttling. And I'm in the market for a scuttler. Saying you're not? Me? I hear you dive at coin like my second husband to the bottom of a cask. Never mind where I heard it. I heard it all the same, eh? Word gets round faster than pox. Better if you don't ask. 'Cause the dead fire's in a big, ugly power play, it is. And not every one captain, she's a piece, standing 20 rounds distant from the real players. Another, he's a means to some unknowable end. And the type of clients he pays for the red worker scuttling. They don't blow the gaff to the elf. Knew we'd be fast friends, I did. You'll be looking to scuttle Cornu first, one of Rowatai's finest, eh? I don't ask my client what he did or what scale his death balance is. Safer to keep questions in the hold. Of course you will. Knows a good opportunity when you seize it. Cornu helms a Voyager early muster in the waters north of Nakataka and south of Sayuka. Avon? No one's bargaining at you. If you don't catch them first, I wager Andra will simply widen.
Ain't no cruel eye of me. What good's a pirate who can't see? Forget navigating by the stars or shooting a pistol. Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you? Is this what my life boils down to? I was a bosun not so long ago, and a damn good one at that. But I took a shot to the face, see? Didn't lose much skin, but the flash burned out me eyesight. I can't make out so much as a blurry shape more than a foot away. Makes me right useless on a crew now. Andra's blessings to you for sharing, sailor.
I'll take care of this.
A cozy traveler. Well, I was born to a family of merchants on the Pearl Coast. I was a restless boy, and my feet took me to the Valen Republics when I came up. I learned of the power of geography and language at my father's knee, and those skills proved useful in the Republics. I had many successful years as a merchant, and then I made a mistake. I joined up with a company based in Girara that traded in beautiful weavings. But they were ill-gotten gains, forcibly produced by a weaver the company kidnapped named Bonicetta. I would like to make amends to Bonicetta personally, but it seems a distant possibility. It is good to blend in. All the better to observe the business of those around you, yes? Ark, you listen to my tale. I suppose I can do that for you for 3,000 copper. Well done. You nearly forgot something.
Fair day, traveler. Anything I can do for you, just say the word. Lady adventurer at your humble service. I was born in a deer and raised in the living lands most off, but the dead. And my goodness, if you think the dead fire's wild, being a cipher's come in quite handy, I'll tell you that. Oh, dear me, yes. Can't seem to avoid it. Not a lick of its mouth. If I didn't know better, I might say that. And your professor, after all. Oh, aye. Some you wouldn't right believe. Like lost an entire research team along with the ear. Rather, it's just the nature of the work, you understand. I mean, goodness. If you want, on my last expedition, my colleague Inez got herself lost looking for what was essentially a big prickly weed. No medicinal use at all. I found her, though. Mostly intact, even. But I do go on, don't I? With pleasure. Teaching is my specialty, after all. I'm gonna pack your brain. That's your prerogative,
Is that you? What's it been? 5 years?
Kill him, wait an hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead, it makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
What do you know? It really does make no difference. You, out.
Probably just insecure.
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome. What can I do for you? Figured that out all on your own, did you? You're right, though. Inherited an old dhow from my da when he passed. Right piece of shit it was, too. What do you want? There's always someone about who can't say no to good coin.
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that? I was playing dice and gambled on a sure thing. It turned out not to be such. Of course, I started off owing him 250, and even though I've paid that twice, now I'm in the hole for 700. The interest rate, this uniform, my food, and oh, thank you, patron. I'll be debt-free in no time.
Hello. May I help you? Need anything? I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure. A few. More than I could share in a night, to be sure. I was on an expedition into the backwoods of Red Seras when I came across an abandoned town. To my great surprise, I found a tremendous... The Red Serans are conservative folk, more so even than the Adirans. They don't have much... And what a selection of books it was. Every subject represented. Even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but... I tired soon of wandering. So I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally. And I stayed. For a while. I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire. But I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet. Well, you listened to my long tale. I suppose you are owed a trick or two. For the low price of 3,000 copper. Have it your...
I'll take care of this.
Oh! Blast my God's damn soul! My ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so of course now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul. Started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more. You can take it. What I used to think was a... Rosanella's got a stand in a Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some, experimental
All right, but I'm keeping what's in there.
What do we have here? How can I ease your trouble? I surprise and... My speciality is oils. Full-body rub-downs, right? I got other skills, of course, should you be looking. And all for a measly 200 pyres.
My. Aren't you a handsome one? Did you need help with some... Isn't it obvious? I entertain. It'll cost you 50 pyres, naturally. And don't let the wrinkle...
All right. What am I thinking of now?
You be think. Watcher.
That's 10 in a row. That's some talent you got.
Aye. Talent of noticing who you be glancing at before you ask me who you be thinking of.
Fresh fruit, vegetable. What can I stock you up with today? A repeat customer. What can I stock you up with?
Aye.
Did you hear? The gilded kestrel was lost at sea.
So you're the captain the old port's been talking about? Aye, you do look like a fig. What are you having? I'll pour you a double. Ah, I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do that. There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him. Probably. It's called You'll need a rotten hagfish, an unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog, and well, hope for the best. Check the barrels around Lifter's Refuse for the rotten hagfish. You might be able to find unripened palmstone for sale, so Arker in the King's Coffin usually keeps some fire kelp extract on hand for special purposes. The goal is to make him vomit, remember? A rotting hagfish produces a special oil once it reaches a certain level of decay. I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe 2 if he's really unlucky. No one survives the floating hangman, or so they say. It's the ship of the dead.
From Goldfinch Fleet? Impossible with her wealth.
Weren't no one to bribe. The floating hangman got 'em.
A repeat?
Now
What
them
can I
bones.
stock you up with today? Of course I do. But they're no good to eat when they're not ripe. We'll make you... Tell you what, though. I'll still sell you what I got. Just don't eat...
Looking for work?
If it's a drink
I've
you
got
want,
coin
I've got
and
enough
a
grog
few
stock to
stores.
drown a shark. What are you having? I'll pour you a double.
You carry yourself like a person well It's simple enough. The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire.
Legendary nightmares, more like. After how they did the crew with a virtuous reward. Even that bastard...
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters, and now it seems like bringing the firebrand's crew to justice, so I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket. It's nothing personal. The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery, and it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power. You've a keen eye, my friend. I reserve a bit of the firebrand story for myself, and you'll excuse me. The firebrand had a mascot, a useless little bastard, who's taken to calling himself Lord Admiral Imp. He's not terribly dangerous on his own, but he's keen to make a nuisance of himself. Last I heard, Lord Admiral Imp was making himself comfortable in Queen's Berth. You'll find him there with a few zarops and constructs. You'll be taking down Lady Ipiro, Captain Henqua's former first mate and rumored lover. Ipiro maintains an estate in Serpent's Crown in Neketaka. But I wouldn't recommend you rush in, muzzles blasting and swords held high. She keeps a number of bodyguards. You'll be going after Katren, the firebrand's resident wizard. Rumor has it, she was once an apprentice to Arkemir before last I heard, Katren and her sundry little minions could be found lazing about the sacred stair here in Neketaka at night. No idea where she disappears off to during the... I have a challenge for you, my friend. And his name is Torkar, leader of the Firebrand's boarding parties. He's an ogre, with a reputation for cleverness and cruelty both. I've even heard tell it was Torkar was last seen at Lifte's refuge here in Dunnage. Dead set on joining a crew, or assembling his own. I trust you won't let that happen. Happy hunting.
I'll take care of this.
Andra's gills! That was a disaster of epic proportions if ever I directed one. A typhoon couldn't have cleared out our audience faster. What's wrong? My troop's coming apart at the seams. We're short on cash, we're low on people, and we've run plumb dry. We haven't drawn a decent crowd in more than a fortnight. And it ain't like pirates are hard to please. But I think I know what the problem is. We've got a lack of flair. If only I could hire more. Only the biggest thing to hit the Deadfire since the Valiant. I'm talking about Aethus storming through the archipelago. A better Aethus, for one. I'm the tallest one in our troop. I'm still not very convincing, even when I bother to dye my skin. Also, our special stage effects aren't all that special anymore. We had someone for that role, but she got herself into debt and has a new job at the King's Coffin. Really? Well, that's quite a tick. Why would you help me? What do you get out of this? Ah, of course. I'm in desperate need of 2 more performers. A wizard for one, plus any oaf big enough to pose as Aethus. I happen to know a wizard of the finest skill set who already performs here in Dunnage. Diana at the King's Coffin. Get me the right people for the parts, and I promise you'll be pleased with your investment. I'll turn us a profit or die trying.
My old captain was a drinker. The day he was born to the day he died.
My good sir, hello. Whatever might I do for you? I'm certain there's no need to tell you. Observe stage, tavern, street corner. They are as much my... Oh, goodness, yes, loads of it. The common folk do so love an actor.
How dare you? But you're not wrong, to my great chagrin. Times have been tough of late. It's quite difficult, you know, living as I do. On occasion, foolish folk will take my act for reality. I've thrice been run out of a town for impersonating a foreign dignitary. I had to learn to protect myself as a result. Though, I must admit, thank the gods, I hardly ever need to use them. I could talk myself out of nearly anything. Well, thank you. All things being equal, I'd much rather recite a sonnet than swing an axe. I would be honored. But a man, you know, may luck.
Always he was right. He wound up with a wooden leg, 26 ships, and a bilious fever. Sunrise is a woe, doves. The coming horizon is a sea-sized ruin.
Welcome to my emporium. Whatever you... what would you like to buy today? I do now. I started out with only one...
They sail on their gilded brigs, and they wail to put down anchor, and don't loot so much. But when should we lot?
Welcome to the treasure trove, sailor. Anything in my trove catches...
but I'm keeping what's in. Guess that wasn't so hard. All right, but I'm keeping what's in there.
Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you? What? I'm no actor. And besides, I can't barely see nothing as it is. Intimidating I can do. Reciting a bunch of namby-pamby lines is going to be the trickier part, but I'm game to try. Turn me in the right direction, and I'll make me way to the Radiant Court.
Puny. Too puny to join my crew. Go away. Be gone. As I said, I seek bodies for a crew. And no, it is kind of you to announce yourself to me, bounty hunter.
Come on.
How may I help?
Slight misstep. I'm here. Worthen rock. Hey. Indeed.
How may I help?
What for, Cap? Consider it right fucked. Like flogging a figurehead. Futile.
Rebirth awaits me. What can I do you for? Let's read. That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Hey.
Come on!
Oh?
Lavaru beyond sick.
Bones! Shody's done for.
What can I do for you? Sure do. And at a generously discounted price, too. Be careful you don't get any of it in your eyes. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I would.
Welcome back, patron. I'd be happy to go back working for her, except I owe Harker. Stupid dice went cold until I pay him what I owe, 700 pyres. I'm not going anywhere. Talk it over with Harker. Maybe you'll be feeling... A more likely possibility is he'll try and put a knife between your ribs. Assuming he doesn't, or you survive it, you ought to know he hides his money in his private quarters. Would be a shame if someone stole it. My never-ending debt to Harker. You haven't heard the rumours I say. Some people say he's the Red King. Aye, I'd heard that too. But some folks say he faked his death to escape the wrath of the Valian Republic. Those same folks say that Harker was the Red King. I wouldn't go on asking him about it, if you know what I mean. Harker's got a not...
Damn my gut! Just kill me. That lost my God's damn soul. Oh! Oh, God! He's coming out the other end now! Oh, now... It...
quiet.
What can I do for you? Infamous to his enemies, famous to his friends. Folks decided to call me the Red King, and I had nothing to do with that. See, the Valian Republics drove my Dar out of business, and I repaid them in got right tired of ship hunters crawling up my arse every time I went out to sea. So I paid off my crew, scuttled this ship here. In other words, the Red King is dead. And if you ask me any more about it, you will be too. Got to you, did she? The woman can spot a soft-hearted mark from 50 paces. Like a sixth sense or something. Remarkable. Here's the thing, though. It's more profitable for me to keep her under my thumb, so sweet as your offer is. Unless there's something else you need, I think we're done here. If I wanted something else, I'd have asked for it. Look at you, big spender. Word of cook, Tierna's free to go.
Touch the courtesans without their permission, and I'll break your legs.
Endless thanks for taking care of my debt. See you at the play.
Well, well, if it isn't Arca's new business partner, that's quite a lot of coin you two exchanged. Everyone knows Arca's aiming to come out of retirement and slice off a bigger part of Dunnage for himself. Maybe he even wants to steal a seat on the council. We can't be letting someone of your reputation back him. Now think I'll send him your head. As a reminder to stick to selling grog and fleeing for...
How may I help?
Lavaru beyond sea.
What for, Cap? Aye, aye, Captain.
Yeah? to separate the chaff.
Yeah? How may I help?
Lava beyond sick.
I'm here.
Happy to oblige. Lavru beyond seek. Get threshed.
Aye.
Yeah?
Take that!
Yes? Certainly.
Yes?
Yeah!
What can I do you for? Lavru beyond seek. You ever thought about changing the color of your fur? Murkberries will stain your skin for weeks.
Oh, I think
Thanks muchly for bringing Tiana back to us. Her storm and weather spells will And now that we've got a real big brute for Aethys, stick around for the performance. I think you'll be plenty pleased.
Well, dang, Seraphim. I never knew you were so fancy.
Yeah, but mayhaps I'll be giving them merkberries a go. Ain't never been marooned before.
Without further ado, I present the Green Menace. Let us begin with our valiant new blood crews, the Lusty Rudder and Fortune's Folly. 2 ships adrift at sea for weeks and weeks on a venture most daring, in search of the uncharted islands.
Woe and torture. Months at sea with no treasure to show for it. You sure these uncharted islands exist, Captain? We ain't seen land for days.
Were they easy to find, they'd be called the Chartered Islands, wouldn't they? If you're thinking to mutiny...
Land ho! Land ho! Got a lumpy-looking island coming on the horizon.
That's no island. That be the Green Menace. We are doomed for sure.
Souls and gold and glory, you will give these to me. For I am a god among gods, and a true menace upon the seas. Souls and gold and glory. Blame the Dawn Stars, for they have summoned me. And now, I must feed.
Twill be the end for us, it will. Oh, Andra, take me now.
And that's the story of how Aethys sank a fleet of our best tars. Like the floating hangman, you see the Green Menace coming, you sail the other way. Thank you. Donations and gratuity are greatly appreciated.
Our
They
temple
love
plays
us,
aren't
do you
half
think?
so
They
entertaining.
God's damned loved us thanks to you. Thanks again for your help. We couldn't have done it without you.
I hope you like my set. If it's a drink you're wanting, what are you having? I'll pour you.
Much ado to you, Casita. If you are looking for Ferrante, he is presiding over the Consuelo from his chair. Elsewise, how might I be of assistance? Yes, our Council of Captains. There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power, both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso. As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third. Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the... You have my ear, Casita. I met Ferrante decades ago. Many years, when in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition, or the continued sustainability of our... You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new, by which I mean, and the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you, the latter was supremely by necessity. Though perhaps, as a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin. But you should watch yourself throughout the radiant court. The Consuelo will need to vote on it, but with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benwith, as appears to be the case, I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place, Huck. I will speak with Ferrante so that he may consider the matter further.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. Or do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily...
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, Gelarde. For this, you have...
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard-blowing three-sheeter getting what's long been due him.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, that no one can say you are not. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place. No, as my memory serves me, you did not. And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize. However, there is another matter. I must confess to you, a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire. A few somewhat crude ones. Not many who encounter the floating hangman. This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferros, is a frightful legend. We have been losing ships at sea, amico, and not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say. Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood. Well, spit it out, Selenia.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can. Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me. Dying's all anyone's liable for. Just the when and how of it's the question. But it isn't time yet for... Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even the few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the... It branded the back of my eyes, that moment. High seas. Nothing but blue all around. Then was a hunt. Not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked... rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end. They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others were... One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan. But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like. The winds died. The waters fell flat and the air got heavy. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship skimmed right out. It was too late. Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs.
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am. Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating good. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care, me.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is it. One moment, Watcher.
Looks like we'll be making a salty grog-sucking cur of this one yet.
Mind the manner in which you address me, ship hunter. Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Rivan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Rivan's fate in life, unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neket. One Isser the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume. Indeed, I do. Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead. You, Watcher, are adept in both of these. You must search the Temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Izair's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin. By all accounts, our Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia. She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Izair opposed our Rivan, and fiercely. They fought to the death, Rivans to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Revan lost the sword she had sworn to protect. It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet. Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Bereth, and he chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died. He was entombed in honor of his service to Bereth in Neketaka's sacred stair. Kelarde, do return when you've any. I will be waiting.